Hi, it's Beezy, and I'm going to do a rambling, well, I'm sure there's a river somewhere around here, but this is more of a rambling by amazing trees. I'm right at the edge of actually a really well-worn deer track. We see them come through a lot, and in about, I don't know, I think 1,200 feet, maybe a little bit more up a bit of a mountain. Around here, that's a small mountain, a very small foothill mountain. I'm on the Olympic Peninsula, and so hearing the different chatter in the trees and looking at all the amazing bark. There's at least 4 species of conifers right around me that I can see the easiest from where I'm sitting, maybe more. And there's a whole bunch of other kinds of trees, deciduous trees as well. So I thought I'd come and do a rambling by the tree beings. And as I was watching the dogs play and kind of swirl around here, as I said, we're going to stop for a bit. I was thinking about and nudged to play with rambling in the flow. Literally just rambling in the flow, just tuning into the flow, and for no other intention, just to, like you'd look out a window or you'd walk into a kitchen and the oven's on and you smell the deliciousness that's baking, or watch the light stream through a glade of trees and how it plays in the lights. We don't do enough of just that. Maybe we never did. And I'm just having so many things coming in right now. My life these days is, on the one hand, simple, on the other hand, complex, and it could be seen as fairly effortless and extremely challenging. And yeah, it's all of those things, but it's what I make it. And if I'm tuned into all of me and not being sloppy about the considerable wherewithal that is me, it's pretty grand. And if I am being sloppy, meaning I'm creating all over the place and not so much fun, because I'm not in the flow of it, in the truth of who I am. I'm in some other kind of loop, or letting something out external to me, dictate how I'm feeling, dictate what I think I should be feeling, what I think I should be working on, any of those things. So that just got me rambling, thinking and rambling in my own heart as I strolled through the forest with all these amazing beings. Everything around me is alive. Yes, they're trees and ferns and birds, so yeah, bees, they're alive. Yeah, but they're conscious, and they're sentient, and they're creators as well. And they're all connected in this beautiful warp and weave of the fabric of frequency that is Gaia, that is all that is. They're connected by their roots, they're connected by their sentientness, They're connected by their frequency, by their various levels and ways they flow their consciousness. They're connected simply because they are part of the frequency of all that is in different forms, shapes, solidities. And why does this matter? Why is this something to contemplate? Why is this something to stop and ramble about and think about? Because it's really how stuff works. And more, the illusion is breaking down. The illusion of government, the illusion of systems and orders, the illusion of structures and sectors of civilization or economy or any of those kinds of things. The rules by which those are all governed, and which is the foundational premise of life, of hey, how you exist in the world, how you get along, what you do, you grow up, you get a good education, all these kinds of things. And so just playing with, that's what I'm rambling with, playing with how all that's connected. Most of all, the human beings part in that. Truly connected, truly an integral part of. And can we see, do we choose to see in these moments, through the different miasmas, through the different chatter and level and frequency of, the chaotic swirl, through through each kind of vignette of, well, that was an illusion, and that was an illusion, and that wasn't, whether it's statistics or anything else. Choose to, just kind of, like move that through as if you were walking through a room with cobwebs, just don't eek. Just move them out of the way and see what's there, and see our etheric nature and our solidity nature and our connectivity nature and how we're connected to everything else. So it matters because that's how we put things into matter. That's how we make them and bring them into touchable, tangible realities, by the frequency that we hold, that we play in, that we nurture, and by the energy, by the feeding of that we pay attention to. And a really good reason, just, a very linear reason why that matters, is because if we don't like where we are now, like in a world with everything is going down, crumbling down, and it's taking too long, and it's really hard, and it's really expensive, and all these, reallys on the don't like sort of thing, it's very valuable tool to shift what you're looking at as you really don't likes. And I mean where you make them shift. You actually make them change. You actually bring the new thing into being. Sorry, there's a doggy wiggling the camera stick. You actually bring them into being. You change what the structure of them is, what the flow of them are. So that's why it matters. And who does that? You do. You, all of us use, individually, collectively. So every time, let's play with this. This is what I've been playing with and laughing, because there was a moment, not in the last couple of days, but there was a moment several days ago where I thought, wow, if you wanted to go to bat for the other team and you wanted to prolong things, enhance things that are taken too long as far as I'm concerned, to look at, to do, or to, if I wanted to exacerbate or exaggerate the gas prices is one example. I just did a great job for 5 minutes, something that I was fatoutsed about and was having trouble getting a technical piece to work. And I burst out laughing. I thought, yeah, that's true. And I appreciate myself for doing that so I could really see and stop and notice. So that's why it's important. And another really good reason that it's important, or a good feeling touchstone is why it's important when you take all of you into account, is because it feels so much better. And it works in such a smooth way when we do it consistently, when we shift and change and flow and raise our flow and expand our flow and get powerfully in tune with our flow and get intentional about our flow. In fact, get that it is the only thing that matters. And especially if one is a being that right this moment doesn't have a lot of income coming in, much at all, and is relying on savings and whatnot, it's the biggest tool in the toolbox. It is the master tool in the toolbox. And when you do play with it, when you think, well, okay, things are what they are, and I'm choosing right this moment to spend the whole day or an hour, or, well, the whole day is better, but the whole day, the whole 24 hours, the next 72 hours, the next 5 days, the next, week, month, whatever it is, from here on forward is a great plan, and to focus intentionally at every moment. Doesn't mean that every moment is sizzlingly spectacular, but it's more sizzlingly spectacular than it was a minute ago, because now I'm, you, we are all intentional about what we're doing. We feel the thoughts that are coming for us. We feel the thoughts that we're emitting. We feel the connectivity thoughts around all these trees and the beings and the dogs and other people, the neighbors, people in the store, whatever it's doing, You walk in someplace and you don't like the energy, well, you can choose not to shop there again, or you can choose to shift it. In the moment when you go in there, the wind changes, the air changes, the frequency changes, and you hold that around you. Is it simple to do? Yes. Is it excruciatingly difficult to do, given the circumstances all around that are catching our attention, that are beckoning us? Hey, psst, psst, come on, get upset. Come on, get pissed off. Come on, get depressed. Come on. Yeah. And yet and still, it was standing room only to get on this planet at this moment for these exact moments and times. And we do know how to do this. And a really cool part of it is that we knew how to do it when we got here, when we came in this embodiment. But our skills and our finesse and the nuance with which we can navigate and shift through all this has increased exponentially, dramatically, since we got on the planet to do this. Since we've been flowing in our life in the last couple of years. And since June 1st, that's just a good easy marker. Since June 1st, our abilities, our capabilities, our toolbox and sensory array has increased and expanded in its capabilities and its bells and whistles, to use a linear term, um, in its connectivity with all that is. Easily, easily 10,000-fold. I'm sure it's much more than that, but easily 10,000-fold, just since June 1st, 2022. And we did that. We, all of us, did that. All of this individual did that. All of you individual did that. All of the individuals together did that. And if we fully get intentional and playful and joyful, and something seemingly, irksome comes up, you go, wow, watch, I'm going to change that. Watch, I'm going to shift that. Watch, I'm going to flow with that. Watch, I'm going to see more clarity from that. Take those pieces and weave it into something more expansive than that, that shifts everything, not just that, everything to the flow of where I and all want to go and create. Because I choose to. Because I'm that capable, that creative, that joyful, that spectacular. You too. All of us are. But we have to do it. We've got to claim it. We've got to make the decision to do it. And that's a fun thing to do. So, what are you choosing? And how are you playing? And how much energy, focus, drive, attention, wherewithal, resources of every kind are you investing in your intentionality, in your connection and deep-seated love and joy in your heart and your creativity? And how are you noticing it unfold in the not doing that and in the doing that? Play with it. It's amazing. I love you.